All right, class, we're back for part 3 of chapter 2 and the Platypus Police Squad, the Frog Who Croaked. Let's jump right in with those bullies that we were just reading about. What you got there, Peggy? Asked Diaz. She pulled out a stack of phone messages and put them on Lucini's desk. She put another stack on Diaz's desk. They stared at them as Peggy slowly began to speak. Lots of folks calling in. Diaz and Lucini looked at each other, then back at Peggy, who was gearing up to finish her sentence. About illegal fish. Zingle perked up. He loved fish, herring especially. It was a bit of a delicacy in Kalamazoo City. His parents picked up some variety of fish every week. A bunch of baloney, said Lucini, flipping through the messages. If I had $1 for everyone who claims to have had a lead on the illegal fish dealers, I wouldn't need this job. He added the new messages to a huge pile of messages on top of his filing cabinet. Everyone in this stinking town thinks they're experts on stinking synthetic fish or fake fish. These people seem very upset, continued Peggy. Mackerel, cod, flounder, herring, scallop, haddock, everyone's got a story, said Diaz. Look, Peggy, I appreciate your concern, but Lucini here and I have the situation under control. We've been on the case for the last few weeks. We get a ton of calls every day, and we get the point. Everyone is getting swindled. If they just patronize the licensed fish retailers like the PSAs or public service announcements have been telling the people to do, they wouldn't be wasting our time with these phone calls. We put the word out, said Lucini, but everyone thinks they're so smart. They think they can bend the rules and buy fish on the wet market and save a few bucks. If they just listened to us, there wouldn't be any illegal fish in KC. So thank you very much. Diaz slowly took Peggy's hand, but the next time a call comes in about somebody's getting sick because they ate synthetic fish, stick it in a file somewhere and don't bother us with it. It's taking our attention away from the real crimes of Kalamazoo. Okay, Peggy said and slowly turned her cart around. O'Malley got up to help her. When she had finally moved out of earshot, Lucini muttered, "Someone needs to dust off that relic and bring it to an antique store." "High five," said Diaz, and the two slapped web flippers. O'Malley spun around. Even Zingle jumped. "Hey, take all the shots you want at me, but you leave Peggy alone. She's been here before you punks even made it to the academy, and she'll be here long after you retired." "O'Malley's right," said Zingle. The three of them turned toward him. "I mean, turtles live a really long time." "O'Malley, you're a little testy this morning," Lucini said, ignoring Zingle. "Maybe you didn't have your morning donut or your morning dozen," asked Diaz, poking O'Malley again. "Hey, what's that all over your shirt?" asked Lucini. He took O'Malley's tie in his flipper. "Didn't have McGrath to put your coffee in your sippy cup for you?" "All right, that's it." The whole floor stopped and turned as O'Malley stuck his finger in Lucini's face. "I am not in the mood for you two monorams this flapping your bills at me." "How about me? Can I flap my bill at you, O'Malley?" said Polinsky. Suddenly appearing behind them, Diaz made a slight turn to Lucini and raised his flipper half an inch in mouth. "High five." "Don't push me, Diaz," the sergeant continued. "You and Lucini have the same cases you should be working on, I assume. Or should I reconsider the mayor's request that we lose 2 detectives from Vice?" Diaz put his flipper down and made for his desk, with Lucini close behind. The sergeant looked at the rest of the floor until everyone got back to work, then turned to O'Malley and Zingo. "We've got a situation out on the docks. It looks like a messy one. I want you two to get on it right away." Zingle stood up, kicked his chair by accident, and sent it spinning across the floor, where it bumped into the edge of O'Malley's desk, spilling a cup of cold coffee across the morning newspaper. "Oops," he said, shrugging in an apology. "Let's go, kid," sighed O'Malley, heading for the door. Zingle tried to mop up some of the coffee, then gave up and hurried after his new partner. All right, guys, that's the end of chapter 2. We're going to find out what the mess is at the docks. I bet we've already learned about it, though, when we read the before action in this book. So I'm betting they're now about to find out about the